welcome back to Loft Sports. I'm Tyler.
I'm Seth.
Today we're going to be coming at you with our AFC South predictions video. Please continue to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and as always, trash talk is welcome. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the big headlines for this division this year.
Yeah, starting in Indianapolis, I think the big question there is, can Andrew Luck stay healthy? He's had a couple injury issues over the last few years. When he's healthy, they're a completely different team. He's one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. They need him to be healthy. The Texans, are you done flirting with this? Are we a contender? Are we not? Are we going to be elite? We have the talent, but we can't put it all together. That's my biggest question with them. Can they figure it out? On paper, they have plenty of talent at the positions you need it to be successful in this division. They got to put it together. Your Jags, biggest headline for me there, Nick Foles. What's he going to be like there? He has had great success in Philadelphia. That's documented. Other places he's struggled. He seems to have a very certain type of offense that works for him. I'm curious to see how that's going to translate there in Jacksonville. And, of course, Leonard Fournette, his health issues the last few years, off-the-field stuff that's happened. They need him to be an elite player to have success. In Tennessee, this team was just in the division round in 2017. They have good defense, great running. Those are things you need in this league to be successful. Can they just be consistent and put it all together? Those are my biggest headlines for this division.
All right, let's go ahead and rank these teams how we think they're going to finish this year. My last place team, I have those Tennessee Titans. Listen, a couple years ago, go into Arrowhead Stadium, Marcus Mariota throws a touchdown pass to himself. You come back from 18 points down in one of the loudest stadiums in sports, and you win that game. You go into New England, not surprised, you get routed. Yeah. But, hey, that was a successful season for that team.
Yes.
Since then, complete train wreck. Train wreck maybe not, but you've missed the playoffs last year. Other than Derrick Henry doing absolutely ungodly things in the fantasy playoffs, Tennessee really didn't do much down the stretch.
Yeah.
It's broken promises and dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start to think, is Marcus Mariota's tenure there wavering a bit?
Yeah.
I think Tennessee's got some talent, they got some potential, but this division was a joke a couple years ago. It's not anymore.
No.
Tennessee's the worst team in this division.
You know, when I was, just to go off that point real quick, when I was kind of ranking these teams, I was like, this is a really improved division over the last few years. It's nice to see. I do have the Titans there in fourth as well. I think you hit the nail right on the head there talking about Mariota. This is that time. He's been in the league long enough. His team is good enough. You need to take a next step as a leader, as a signal caller with that production. You need that, and I don't know if they're going to get it. This could be like, just like we mentioned in our NFC South video with Jameis Winston. Him and Mariota are kind of in the same circumstances, both been in the league for the same amount of time, and they just haven't put it together yet. I don't see it happening. I got them fourth.
My number 3 team is Hurts, but I got my Jags. Let's pump the brakes on this "we're going to the Super Bowl" thing. I actually heard a guy on ESPN on NFL Live today say that Jacksonville's the team to beat in the AFC. And he said we're going to beat Kansas City in Arrowhead in the AFC Championship and make it to the Super Bowl. I hope he's right. I don't see it. Yeah. I think Foles is a huge step up from Blake Bortles. We had to move on. He was a bad choice to draft in the first place. Yeah. We reached for him. We've got to stop taking kids that played football in the state of Florida with our first picks. It's worked with Jalen Ramsey, but it didn't really work with Fowler Jr. It didn't work with Bortles. It hasn't worked with a bunch of other players.
Yeah.
We got a defense that can keep us in games. If Fournette's healthy, we can win some games running the football. But Foles has struggled. He struggled when he was with the Rams. Mm-hmm. He just hasn't put it all together. I think we'll improve this year, but I think we're still a year away. I think we're third.
I'm right there at third with the Jags too. I think the biggest thing is, like you were just talking about, is Nick Foles. He's got to find some sort of consistency. Now, Philadelphia, like we said in the headlines, that system worked for him. The Jags need to mesh what they do well, which is running the football, very physical style, with what Nick Foles does well, which is the RPO game. Now, the RPO and running the ball does go hand in hand. Yeah. Theoretically, that's the two things you're looking at, either run, pass. It's literally right there in RPO. So they can do it. It's just, how does the coaching staff mesh with them? How does that all work in year one is the big thing. I do agree the defense is elite. Jalen Ramsey's probably the best corner in the league. I just think they're a year away on the other side of the ball, and I think that defense, who is title worthy, gonna miss out on it again because the offense just isn't there yet.
Number 2, I have Houston. Love what you said in your intro with your headlines. I think the Texans have been on the bridge of title contending team for a minute now, but they just can't seem to get out of the wild card round, and when they do, they have to go to New England, which nobody wins up there in January. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
So I think Houston has the pieces to win this division, but I don't think they're going to get there this year. I love Deshaun Watson. He's who I hope I have on my fantasy team for a quarterback, because I know you're going to probably have Mahomes. But I love this Houston team, but I think they're going to take a step back this year. They're just too inconsistent. I think they can still get in as a wild card team potentially, but I think they're going to come in second.
My second place team, I actually have the Colts.
Okay.
I really liked what they did at the end of the year last year. Andrew Luck's been healthy a full offseason now. There's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. The Colts, though, consistently since Peyton Manning's left, they haven't really put it all together. It seems like just when they get that momentum rolling, they start going back downhill. They don't continue to climb up. They fall down a little bit. I'm just going off their recent history from what I've seen from them. Should they win the division? Yes. Are they going to be the majority of people's picks to win the division? Yes. They have the best player probably in the division in Andrew Luck. So, well, at least quarterbacks, I'll say that. As long as J.J. Watt's healthy, he's probably the best, but that's different. They have the pieces there. I just don't trust them. And I got them second for that reason.
I actually think the Colts are going to win this division. They were playing some of the best football at the end of the year last year, ran into a tough environment, a really cold day to go play at Arrowhead Stadium in the playoffs last year. They trashed somebody in the first round of the playoffs. It escapes who it was, but they look like one of the better teams in the AFC. Their defense has gotten better.
Yes.
I like Marlon Mack at running back. T.Y. Hilton will return healthy this year. I think that they add Devin Funchess. Eric Ebron has proven to be a good tight end. Luck has some weapons now. They got a little bit of a running game and a defense behind him. When he was healthy, they went a step further each round in the playoffs. His first 3 or 4 years until they got to the AFC title. The whole Deflategate thing. But I think they get back close to that this year. I think the Colts are one of the favorites in the AFC.
I agree they should be. Like I said, I actually have the Texans winning this division. I think it's all kind of coming together for them here. Deshaun's been healthy a full year. They know without a shadow of a doubt it's his team. They have the pieces. When they have DeAndre Hopkins on one end and Will Fuller's healthy, they are dangerous, and they can put up a lot of what I call the explosive plays in the passing game. My biggest real concern with them, and the reason why I was kind of flip-flopping between them and the Colts so much, is because the running back is just a little unproven there in Houston. It's like Lamar Miller does good things. Alfred Blue did some things last year. They don't have that consistent guy to go to maybe reach the next level of elite. I just really like their defense. I like Deshaun. I like their explosive ability. I think it's going to be their year to put it all together. I got them winning the division.
All right, so that's our takes on the AFC South. A fantasy tip for you guys in this division, just because I've been giving them out. The defenses in this division are actually pretty good good value there to some of these picks. And the running backs. Leonard Fournette, Marlon Mack, they're a little more power-driven. Derrick Henry, obviously a power guy. So could be some good value there. And I just remembered, it was Houston who the Colts went in and absolutely trucked in the playoffs last year. So I guess that makes sense why I had them won over the Texans. But anyway, thank you guys. Please continue to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. We'll come at you next time with the NFC West breakdown. This is Loft Sports, signing off.
He goes, I feel like Farrah Fawcett and my hair's just blowing in the wind.